Everton today have announced that they have revised the capacity at the Hill Dickinson Stadium ahead of next season. The capacity was 52,888. It's now been reduced to 52,769. The club say this is due to home and away segregation, as well as increased media provisions. And obviously this will disappoint people, disappoints me. I still think the stadium, my opinion, the capacity is too small anyway. Everton should be looking at ways to increase it, whether that's through safe standing or whatever. So to lose 119 seats is disappointing. But obviously, you would have thought this would have been in the plans, but clearly when they've got in and had a good look at it, they've decided that this was the only way to do it. So that capacity has been knocked down. But I'm sure Angus Kinnear, when he comes in, you know, has done all the assessments. He'll be looking at ways. When he comes in, he's already in. We'll be looking at ways to increase this in the future. And that probably will be through safe standing, even if it just gets it up to about 55,000. But for now, the new capacity is 52,769. Everton target Habib Diarra is attracting interest from La Liga club Atletico Madrid. Everton have had a long-standing interest in the young midfield player. Leeds United have been trying to get a deal done with him as well. That hasn't gone through so far, hasn't worked so far. Lots of reports coming out of France that he doesn't really want to go to Leeds. There was a report the other day saying that he was waiting for Everton to put the offer in, but now the latest reports that they say that if Atletico Madrid do offer the amount that Strasbourg are looking for, he'd be interested in going and playing for them. And of course, he will Champions League club, and you know all the stuff that goes with that, the profile and everything. I don't know whether Everton are going to put any kind of bid in. Maybe it's come a bit too early. If this is still going on after the 1st of July, then maybe Everton will firm up their interest with a bid. He was impressive and scored, of course, against England in Senegal's recent 3-1 win over England. Fulham have given their biggest indication yet that Kenny Tete is on his way to Everton. They are trying to bring in Oliver Browder from Heerenveen. The Norwegian 21-year-old can play right back or right midfield. Apparently Everton like him too, but quite clearly Everton aren't going to bring Kenny Tete in and then another young right back. But Everton have monitored Browder. West Ham as well, also linked with an interest in him with Fulham, trying to move quickly to fill a void left by Kenny Tete. Everton again linked with another player today, and it is Gabriel Gudmundsson of Lille. He is a left back. He's 26 years of age, Swedish left back. He's got a year left on his deal with the French side. He is available for around £8 million. The reports say today Everton have watched him quite a bit. Played in Champions League experience with Lille, of course. Everton on the lookout for a left back. We've only currently got Vitaly Mykolenko in the squad. We haven't even got the comfort of Ashley Young going in there at left back because he's gone. He's a good age. I know a lot of people are looking and wondering if we bring a younger full-back in. He is an attacking player for Lille as well, so he might be one. You know, it isn't too much of a prohibitive price tag, is it, to see whether Everton are going to go and do a deal like that. But David Moyes is looking for another left back, certainly to come in and compete with Mykolenko. It just remains to be seen whether he goes for a younger left back or Gudmundsson at the age he is, and it is a good age. We'd then have two left backs, similar, but in mid-20s, one more defensive than the other one. Gives it a nice balance. Let's see if Everton do anything with that. And transfer stories wouldn't be a transfer story or link without a link between Everton and former striker Richarlison. The link is there again today. What a picture James has used there, by the way. Linked with him again today, saying that Tottenham have sort of let him know that he would be allowed to leave this summer. The report goes on to say they'd accept a loan with an obligation to buy. Quite clearly Everton were used in that as someone who's interested, and Richarlison wants to come back to Everton, but also saying there's a few clubs in Turkey who are very interested in taking him as well. Quite clearly, if he was given a choice, he'd come back to Everton. He's 28 years of age now. Injuries haven't been amazing. Would David Moyes take that kind of punt on him with an obligation? Depends how much the obligation is, I guess. If it was a straight loan, then maybe. We'll see. We'll see. It could just be another transfer link, but that's what it is. We're in that funny space now between where we have to wait for Everton to get past June the 30th, don't we, into July, when they can start maybe loosening the purse strings a little bit. Got a week to go to get over, or 6 days now, to get the end of this financial year where the 60-odd million drops off the PSR. That happens on June the 30th at 23:59, and then hopefully it'll start, sort of firing up. But we are in that little bit of limbo. I mean, a few players Everton are looking at with serious interest. The likes of James McAtee, the likes of Tierno Barry, Nick Waltermada, amongst others, Merlin Roll. There's others as well are looking at the European Championship under 21s. Well, they're still going on at the moment, so it's also difficult to do deals with that. And no club really, or very few clubs really, are going to do any deals in the next 6 days, because obviously that entails taking wages and all of that. But from the 1st of July, that's when they start trying to get these players tied down. So it's going to be an interesting week. This one might be one of baseless links. We're just reporting them. That's all this is doing. It's bringing you up to date with all of the links and all of the stuff that's getting chatted around regarding Everton. So you bang up to date there with the news. Make sure you like, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not. If you want to become a Premier member, the link's in the description, QR codes on the screen now. Thanks for watching. See you later.